Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir. Morning, sir.
Morning. I think all of you practicing that what I am telling you here, right? Just practice 15 to 30 minutes every day. What I am telling here. Again, I am going to tell you that how the logical AND operation, and some students are asking that how the increment and decrement operator is working. And again, I am going to explain the same thing in a brief. Just listen carefully, students. Pre-increment and pre-decrement, or post-increment and post-decrement. Four operators are there. For example, A is equal to A plus plus, A is equal to B is equal to A plus plus. That means this operation, this statement represents two operations. Statement represents two operations. What are the two operations? Basically, we can write these two statements like this: B is equal to A, B is equal to A is one statement, and A is equal to A plus 1 is another statement. Two statements. Every time, if it is a post increment or post decrement, it is combination of two statements. B is equal to A, this will be happen first, and incrementation is done next. What is B is equal to A? B is equal to A means B is equal to A means B has to assign it with a 10. Then B is equal to 10. Then A is equal to A plus 1. Then A becomes 11 here. That's why it is going to be print. Is going to be print. B value is a 10, and what is A value? A value is 11, and B value is a 10 here. I am going to execute it. The output is going to be is going to be 11 and 10 here. For example, if it is a post increment operation. For example, if it is a post decrement operation, then what happens here? First of all, B is equal to A is done. Then A is equal to A minus 1. Then A is equal to A minus 1. That means B is equal to 10. Then A is equal to 9. A is equal to 9. Then the output is 9 and 10. Okay, 9 and 10. If you execute it, the output is 9 and 10. This is the post increment and the post decrement. For example, it is a pre-increment operation. Pre-increment operation, what happens first means the increment operation, the performance, the decrement and increment operation is done first. This will be happened first. Means A is equal to A plus 1 is happened first. Then assignment is operation. Then what is A value? A value is 10. 10 plus 1, that is 11. Then B is equal to A. What is A value? Now new A value is 11. That is going to be assigned to B. Then output is 11 comma 11. 11 comma 11 is the output. 11 is the output. This is the pre-decrement operation. For example, it is a pre-decrement operation. What happened first? First of all, A is going to be decremented. What A value is 10. 10 becomes 9. Then 9 is assigned to B. 9 is assigned to B. Then output is 9 comma 9. 9 comma 9. Output is 9 comma 9. I think it is clear, everyone. Okay. Then I'm going to discuss about logical AND operations. Logical AND and logical OR operations. What happens at the time? B is equal to some 0. For example, C is equal to A plus plus B plus plus and A plus plus. For example, the condition is like this. In C programming language or any programming language, only 0 refers to false. 0 refers to the false. Other than 0 means either positive number or negative number. Positive number or negative number other than 0, which is refers to true every time. Okay? That means 0 refers to false. Other than 0, either positive number or negative number refers to the true. True means 1, false is 0. Okay? This is the key point. If you are interested, just note it down. Okay? 0 refers to the false. Other than 0, either positive number or negative number refers to the true. Okay. Then we have to observe here B plus plus. B plus plus, this is a logical AND operation, and A plus plus. In the logical AND operation, if one statement is true, if one statement is false, the control never reaches to the next statement. Note it down. In logical AND operation, if one statement is false, the control never reaches to the next statement. That means, for example, here it is false. If the statement is false, then control never executes the statement. What happens here? B plus plus, is it pre-increment or post-increment? This is the post-increment. Yes, post-increment means at this statement, what is B value? At this statement, what is B value?
0.
100% at this statement is 0. After this statement, before the next statement, the B value becomes 1. Okay? Why? Because B plus plus. After this statement, before this statement, B becomes 1. Why? Because this is B plus plus. That's why at that statement, B value is 0. For example, if it is plus plus B, first of all, B is incremented as 1, then the condition is going to be checked. Okay? But here, it is going to be a post increment. That's why the B value is 0 here. B value 0. What I said that if one statement is false, 0 refers to false, right? Then the control never reaches to the next statement. That's why the control never reaches this one. That's why if you want to print this one, A becomes only 10. It's not modified here, but B is modified to 1. What is C value? If I want to print the C value, the C value, what is C value? C value becomes 0. Why? Because this is a logical AND operation. If one statement is false, the total statement is false. That's why the output is 10, 1 and 0 is the output. Okay? And next statement. For example, if I write like this, plus plus, then what is the output here? What is the output?
10, 1, 1.
What is it?
Output is A value is
11, 1, 1.
A value is 11. A plus plus, right after the statement. At this statement, it is going to be 1 and
11, 1.
10. At this position, it is going to be taken as 1 and 10. Is 10 is a non-zero value,
One.
right? That's why it is also taken as a true. True
One.
refers to true refers to
True.
C becomes true here. Then B is incremented, already B is incremented as 1 and A is incremented after the statement. After the statement, A becomes 11. Then A is 11, B is 1, C is also 1. Then the output is 11, 1, 1. Okay? This is logical example. Logical OR. If it is logical OR, what happens? In logical OR, note it down. In logical OR, if one statement is true, the control never reaches to the next statement. Difference between logical and logical not. Logical OR. If one statement is true, the control never executes the next statement. In logical and, if one statement is false, it never executes next statement. Okay, here. Then B plus plus, sorry, plus plus B. Plus plus B means B value is 1. First of all, B is incremented. No, B value is 0. B value is 0. B is incremented. That is going to be 1. It is going to be true. Okay. If it is true, the control never reaches to the next one. The control never reaches to the this position. Then C value is also 1. A is not modified here. B is modified to 1. C is 1. Why? Because if one statement is true, all the statements are true in OR. That's why the output is a 10, 1, 1 is the output. Okay, I think it is very clear. Is it clear? Do you have any doubts on this one?
No, sir.
If you have any doubt, just listen again the class, and it will. There is a recording sessions, I think. Just if you open this Teams app, if you observe here in that, I think where it is. If you go for files, I think files not these 3 positions, 3 dots. Hello?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Okay, ask. Hello?
Sir, అక్కడ ఏ వాల్యూ
This example?
ఏ వాల్యూ 11 అవుతుంది కదా సార్ అక్కడ.
Huh? This is OR, right? This is OR gate. This is OR gate, and this is going to be true.
Yes, sir.
B plus B means what is B value at that position, at that statement?
ప్లస్ బి కాబట్టి 1 సార్.
1. That means true. In OR gate,
Yes, sir.
if one statement is true, the control never executes the next statement.
Okay, sir.
Okay? For example, it is going to be plus plus, B plus plus. Okay? If it is going to be B plus plus. At this position, what is B value?
0, sir.
0. That's why the control reaches to the next one, and the control reaches to the next one. What is A value at this position?
ఏ వాల్యూ 10, sir.
10. And after this line, then B becomes
B becomes
1. B plus plus na? B plus plus
0. B becomes 1 and A becomes
It becomes 11.
And
Okay?
A becomes 11.
11.
Okay, sir.
This is C or 0 or 1. 0 or 1 means C becomes 1. Then the output is here. A value is 11, B value is 1, C value is 1. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. If you want to listen the class again, just go for the Teams app here. Just click on the three dots. There is a stream option is there, stream. Just click on here. I will share the link. It will ask you the login page here. Then if you log in that one, it will be enabled to you to watch the all the videos. Okay? Microsoft Stream. You just try that. Just try this one. If it is not working, I will share the link of the whole classes. Okay, in the WhatsApp group, I will share that link. Okay. I want to share you one thing. Just everyone listen. You have to create your HackerRank account and a GitHub account. I will share you small information about GitHub and HackerRank. Okay. Here we have to just type HackerRank. If it is Google here, just go for HackerRank rank and click on this HackerRank, the first link. Okay. Here going for the login here. If you are new to the HackerRank, don't go for these companies. Don't go for these companies. We are developers. Okay, we are developers. Just click on sign up here. Just click on sign up. First, if it is first time for you, you have to sign up for this one. Don't do all this first name, last name, and your password. Just log in with your, just sign up with your Gmail account. If you have any Gmail account, just log in with that. Okay, don't go for and don't create a new mail, not like that. Just create like this at some dummy account. Already my account is already created. Just wait, I will create with the dummy account. Just create on. This is the new one. Just create with new account. Just click on Google and click on that. What is your mail ID? Just click on that mail ID. For all the things, we have to maintain a single mail ID. Okay. Either it is a college mail ID or anything, or your personal Gmail ID, no problem here. Just taking so much time. It is very slow. I will explain it. Just leave that one. Okay. Okay, look at here. I will explain this. Will explain this. Just listen carefully. What happens here? The upper line I am going to write what is the a value now. What is the a value now? And in the bottom line I am going to print what it is going to be print. Okay. I am maintaining two values here. The first value is going to what is a value and what it is printing. Okay. 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 And here, okay. If you are mute it. Okay. If all the operations are only post increment and post decrement operations, it is going to be executed from, for example, if it is an arithmetic operator, a plus b minus c, the association is going to be from left to right, from left to right. But here, all operations are these what is this logical increment and decrement operations. The evaluation is going to be start from right to left every time. Okay, that means this value is going to be evaluated first. First this value is going to be evaluated, later on this one, then next like this. Okay, first of all we have to execute this one. What is a value? What is a value now? A value is 10. Okay, a value is 10. Yes, a value is 10. If a value is 10, what is this operation? This operation is a pre-increment operator. Just listen carefully everyone. Okay, it is a pre-increment operator. That means before printing it is going to be incremented first, then it is going to be printed. Now what is the output? The output is it is incremented as 11 and it is printed 11 here. Okay, 11 is printed here and the 11 value is going to be going here. Yes, now new a value is 11. That's why it is going to be new a value is 11 here. What is this? Is this a pre-increment or post-increment? This is a post-increment. Okay. Post-increment means it is going to be print the value first. Then it is going to be incremented as 12. It is going to be incremented as 12. First of all, it is going to be print 11 and it is going to be passed new a value as 12. But if you are printing if you are incrementing any value, is there any pre-decrements or pre-increments before the statement? You have to observe every time. Here I am incrementing the value, right? Here I am incrementing the value. Before that one means this one. Before that, is there any pre-increments and pre-decrements are there? Yes, one value is there. Then modify that value also 12. Okay, modify that value also 12. Okay, cool. Then coming to here, this is post decrement. Post decrement. Post means it is going to be print what is the value here. It is going to be print first, then it is decremented. What is value? What value is now? Now 12 is
11.
decremented as 11. Okay, 11 it is going to be as 11. But again it is going to be checked that is there any pre-increments and pre-decrements are there. Is there any pre-increments and pre-decrements are there? Yes, only one is there. Then we have to apply that value as 11. Again, not only for pre-increments and pre-decrements, not for posts. Okay, then 11 is modified. 11 is coming at this position. At this position, a value is 11. Okay. Plus a. Plus a means this is the pre-increment. A value is 12. Then 12 is printed here. A value is 12. 12 is printed here. Then it is again checking with is there any pre-decrements and pre-increments are there? Yes, one value is there. Then we have to modify that value also 12. Okay. Then it is passed a new value as 12 here. New value as 12 here. If it is a 12, what is this? Is this a pre-increment? No, it is a post-increment. That means it is going to be print 12 here. It is going to be 12 and a becomes plus 1. Then that means a becomes 13 here. Then is there any pre-increments and pre-decrements are there? Yes, two values are there. Then we have to modify that two values to 13. What is the output? This is the output. This is the output 12, 13, 12, 11 and 13 is the output. 11, 13, 12, 11, 13 is the output here. Okay?
Sir, I didn't understood.
I know that. I will explain it again. I know. I'll explain with one more example. That is going to be 5. That's why I tell that just listen carefully. Okay, I will change these values again. A plus comma minus minus. My values. At this position, what is a value? What is a value? Chorus. I want chorus.
4, sir.
At this position, first of all, it is not executed now. At this position, a value is 5. Defaultly, the a value is 5. Now we are going to checking for is this pre-increment or that is decrement, that is pre-decrement. Pre-decrement means a becomes 4. A becomes 4 and then it is printed. Okay, a becomes 4 and it is printed. We have to check that every time if it is modified, we have to check before the statement, is there any pre-decrements or pre-increments are there? No, not at all. There is no, right? This is the last one. That's why there is no pre-decrements and pre-increments are there. Just leave it. Then what is new a value? New a value is a 4 and 4 is going to here. To here. Now it is pre-increment. Pre-increment means 4 becomes 5, then 5 is printed, right? Then 5 is printed. After printing, it is going to check that is there any pre-increments or pre-decrements before this one? Yes, one value is there. Then we have to apply the new a value 5 to that one also. Only for pre-increments and pre-decrements. Okay? Then a value is modified here also. What is new a value? New a value is 5. Then it is passed to the next statement. This is post increment. Post increment means it is going to be print 5 without any changes. It is going to be print 5. Print 5. Then 5 becomes a 6. 5 becomes 6. New a value is 6. is there any pre-increments and pre-decrements are there? Yes, sir, two values are there. The two values are one is pre-increment, another is pre-decrement. Then we have to modify the new A value is 6, that is modified here and here also. Okay, and 6 is passed to here. Okay, clear? Is it
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Okay. Then in this value, this is the pre-decrement. Pre-decrement means 6 becomes 5. 6 becomes 5. Okay, 6 becomes 5, and 5 is printed. 6 becomes 5 and 5 is printed. Then we are going to check that is there any pre-increments and pre-decrements are there. Yes, there are two values. Then we have to modify these two as 5. Then 5 is going to be passing here. 5 is going to be passing here. This is the post increment. Post increment means it is going to be print 5. Then A value becomes 6
6.
here. Then we have to check is there any pre-increments and pre-decrements are there. There are 3 values are there. We have to change this value as 6 and this value as 6, not this value also 6 here. Then what is the output here? 5 6 5 6 6 5 6 5 6 6 is the output. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I will
Yes,
give
sir.
one
I'll note it down, sir.
okay, wait. If you do one your own, then it will be very clear for you. Okay. Then I am going to change these values and you have to do it your own. My value is right. 1 2 3 4 5. Yes. Everyone do this one. Tell me what is the final output. That's it. Just do it fast. Everyone.
సార్
Hmm.
66655 వచ్చింది సార్.
6
3 6 సార్, 2 5. కరెక్టేనా సార్?
so don't know.
ఓకే సార్.
We have I also checked this one. Yes, is there any other output?
66645 sir.
664 you obtain or
Yes sir.
Sir.
6 just wait, I will write here 66655 45. Yes, any other?
Sir 65645 sir.
65645.
No sir, 65645.
65645. Is it okay? 65645.
66646.
646. 66646. Okay. Any other?
Sir, 66545.
664.
545. 545.
Good. Good. Any other?
Sir, 66654.
66654. Oh. This is the
66645 sir.
66645. Already is there. 66645. Okay.
66645 sir.
666. Is there any other? Other than this? 66655, 66645, 65645, 66646, 66545, 66654. Excellent. In one class, if I teach that one, I get 10 different outputs at times. This is very low. This is only six different inputs. Outputs. Any other different from all these things?
65545.
Just wait. 6
5545.
5545. Wow, good one. Okay, clear everyone. I will start exploring now. I also don't know what is the answer here. I will work on these things. Okay, is there any other outputs? Can I start now? Hello?
All are 6 sir.
All are 6. Okay, don't execute. Just try here with your own. Okay, don't execute from the this compiler. I think we are not compiling. The different outputs are there. Okay, a plus a minus minus. Okay, a minus minus. What is a value initially? Initially a value is 5. Initially a value is 5. At this position it is going to be print 5. This is post decrement. That's why it is going to be print 5. Then it is going to be decremented as 4. Okay. Then it is going to be decremented as. Then what is this? This is also post increment. Post increment means it is going to be print first. Then it is going to be incremented. It is incremented as 5. Then we have to check, is there any pre-increments or pre-decrements are there? No, not at all. No, not at all, right? That's why it is moving a. What is new a value? New a value is 5. A incremented. That's why it is going to be 5 here. Okay. Then this is a pre-increment. Pre-increment means 5 becomes 6 and 6 is printed. Then we have to check, is there any pre here? No, there is no pre operators. That's why it is moving into forward, and this is 6 is forwarded to the next statement. This is pre-decrement. That means 6 becomes 5 and 5 is printed. Then the 5 is applicable to here also. Okay. Then 5 is passed to here. 5 is passed to here. 5 becomes 6 and then 6 is printed here. Is there any pre's here? Yes, there is a 2 pre's. Then we have to modify these 2 pre's as 66645 is the answer. Triple 645 is the answer. What is the correct one here? 66645. 66645 is the correct answer. All the remaining are wrong. Okay. Okay, is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Cool.
Sir, last two operations ఒకసారి explain చేయరా sir?
ఏదమ్మా ఇవా? Last 2 or 3?
Last two, sir.
Last 2. Just wait. What value it is coming? 5 becomes 5 becomes 6 and 6 is printed here and 6 is passed to here. Okay. At this position 5 is coming here and A becomes 6 and 6 is printed, then 6 is moved to here. Okay, then 6 is moved to the next statement. This is a pre-decrement operation, right? Pre-decrement operation means 6 becomes 5 and 5 is printed. Okay, 6 becomes 5 and 5 is printed. This is a pre-decrement, right? Yes, this is decrement. That's why it is decremented first and printed next. Then is there any pre-orders are there? Any pre's are there? Yes, only one pre is there. What is this? This is. Then we have to change the value to 5 here. Okay. Then A is moved to here. Then A is moved to here. Okay. And this is also pre-increment. Pre-increment means 5 becomes 6 and 6 is printed. 6 is printed. Is there any pre's here? Is there any pre's? Yes, there are 2 pre's here. These 2 pre's are this one and this one. Then 66645 is the answer. Okay. We have to check every time. If you modify a value, is there any before any pre's are there? Yes, there are some pre's. If it is increment or decrement, we have to modify that value also. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Here how many different outputs? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 3 4 8, only 8. Okay, ratio is very low. Give one more example. I'm going to change it as some. Three, four, five. Just try to explore the output here. I want all the people has to be wrong or right, anyone. But some students are thinking that doing correct and some students are doing wrong. I want all the students has to be correct. Do it fast.
Sir,
Hmm.
97979.
97979. Okay. Just cool. Stay cool. Any other?
Seven six seven seven six
767
seven six
167
76776.
Again,
97979.
just a minute. 76767.
76776.
Okay, cool. What is
97979. 979.
Sir, 87667, sir.
97979, sir.
Just wait. Double. What is that? 8.
87667, sir.
Sir, 97887.
97979.
97979.
Seven
Yes, this
double
is the
eight
first one.
seven.
Sir,
78887.
sir.
Just a minute. 788. 788.
So 7
No, sir,
double 8 కాదు సార్
87667, sir.
ఒక్కసారి జస్ట్ వెయిట్ మినిట్. అబ్బాయి ఎవరో చెప్తున్నారు ఒకసారి.
సార్ ఆల్రెడీ పైన నొక్కారు సార్ 97887 మీరు.
ఓకే మరి చెప్పమ్మా నువ్వు.
97979.
7979 ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది. 97979.
Yes. 97979, sir.
Go 97979.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, 87667, sir.
667 is this is also there. 87667.
7787677.
87878. 87878.
Yes, new one. Good, very good.
98979.
98979.
979.
Okay, 98979 new one.
Yeah.
Sir,
76567. 76567. 65.
76567.
Yes, sir.
రికార్డ్ బ్రేక్ చేస్తున్నా. అమ్మా వాయిస్
sir. 98889, sir.
98889.
9.
Okay, cool.
Sir, 98777.
98777.
76777.
Any other?
76777.
76.
Sir, 98767, sir.
ఒక్కసారి అమ్మా చెప్పమ్మా.
98767, sir.
67 98 ఓకే 98767. 98767. ఓకే 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Great. ఓకే
978 repeated 2 times, sir.
అమ్మా అర్థం కదా.
979 repeated 2 times, sir. You have written
979. Okay, right for 2 times.
repeated times, sir.
97979. Okay, cool. Means only 11. Okay, I'm going to execute it now. What is the A value? A value is going to be 6 here. A value is 6. This is the pre-increment. Pre-increment means This is going to be incremented as 7 and 7 is printed. Okay? Don't think that the 7, the last one is 7 is not correct one. Okay, just wait. 7. Then 7 is moving into here. 7 is moving into here. Then there is the post increment. Post increment means it is going to be print 7. It is going to be print 7 and 7 is incremented as 8. Then this value is modified as 8. Okay? This value is modified as 8. Why? Because this is the pre-increment. Then 8 is moving into here. 8 is moving into here. 8 becomes a 7. Okay? 8 becomes a 7 and 7 is printed. Then is there any pre's are there? Yes, this one is there. Then we have to modify this one as 7. Okay? Then 7 is moving into here and 7 is printed. Why? Because this is the post increment. Then 7 becomes 8. 7 becomes 8. Is there any pre's are there? 2 pre's are there. Then we have to modify this one and we have to modify this one also 8. Then 8 is moving into here and 8 is moving into here. This is the pre-increment. 8 becomes 9 and 9 is printed. Then is there any pre's are there? Yes, this is the pre. Then we have to change it as 9 and this is also pre and we have to change it as 9. 979 79 is the output. 979 979 79. And 7979 is the output. What is the output here? The first one is the output, I think. Yes, remaining all are okay. Just again practice at home again with the other examples and change the values here. And first of all, you have to work with your pen and paper. Then you have to execute in your system and check it out. Okay.
సార్
Hmm.
ఫస్ట్ ఒక్కసారి అన్ని ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చేసిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ మళ్ళీ ప్రీస్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయి చూస్తున్నారు కదా సార్, అది రైట్ టు రైట్ వెళ్తున్నారు సార్, రైట్ టు లెఫ్ట్ వెళ్తున్నారు సార్.
For example, if I am modifying here, A becomes, for example, 10. For example, at this position, A value is, for example, 10. Then it is going to be print 10 here. It is going to be print 10 and A becomes a 10 and A becomes 11. Why? Because it is a post increment, right? Then I have to check before the values. That means the right hand side values, any right hand side, any values that are pre-increment or pre-decrement in the right hand side. Then just I modify it to 10, this one and this one also. For example, this is going to be 11 and this is going to be 11 also. Why? Because this is the post increment, right? It is a post increment. 10 is printed, then A becomes 11. A becomes 11 means is there any pre's are there? Then we have to change the pre's to 11. Either it is in this way or in this way. No, there is no problem here. In this way, we are going to
Okay,
change.
sir.
It is 11. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. It is clear. Okay.
సార్
Hmm.
ఇంక్రిమెంట్ వస్తేనే ప్రీ ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చూసుకోవాలా సార్? ఏ ఇంక్రిమెంట్ ప్రతి దానికి ప్రీ ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చూసుకోవాలా సార్?
అర్థం కాదు, క్వశ్చన్ అర్థం కాలేదు, మళ్ళీ చెప్పండి.
ప్లస్ ప్లస్ ఉంది కదా సార్,
ఏ ప్లస్ ప్లస్
లెఫ్ట్ నుంచి రైట్ నుంచి లెఫ్ట్ కి వస్తే సెకండ్ సార్. అది ఇప్పుడు దానికి వచ్చినప్పుడు మనం ప్రీ ముందు చూసుకుంటాం కదా సార్, అది ప్రీ ఇంక్రిమెంట్ పోస్ట్ ఇంక్రిమెంట్, అది ప్రతి దానికి చూసుకోవాలా సార్ లేదంటే ఓన్లీ పోస్ట్ ఇంక్రిమెంట్ కే చూసుకుంటామా?
ప్రతి దానికి చూసుకోవాలి. ప్రీ ఇంక్రిమెంట్ డిక్రిమెంట్ దేనికైనా చూసుకోవాలి. ఒక వాల్యూ చేంజ్ అవుతుందా లేదా? వాల్యూ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది కదా అక్కడ, వాల్యూ చేంజ్ అయితే చూసుకోవాలి గ్యారంటీగా. వాల్యూ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది కదా ప్రతిసారి కూడా. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏ వాల్యూ ఇస్ 6, For example, here A value is a 6. Then what is this value? This is a pre-increment. Then it is going to be 7 and 7 is printed, and new A value is 7, right? New A value is 7. Then we have to check before, is there any pre's are there? There is no pre's here, that's why we are not changing. Okay?
Okay, sir.
And A comes here as 7. Then this is post increment. This is post increment. Then I am going to print exactly 7. Then A is incremented. A is incremented as 8. Then I am going to check every time it is incremented or decrement. It is post or pre. We have to check, is there any pre's are in the right hand side. If is there any pre's are there, then just we have to modify it. That's it, nothing else. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, cool. Tomorrow I will explain bitwise operator. Why? Because you are already confused with this. Okay, that bitwise operator is also a little bit confused. I will explain tomorrow. And now I am going to discuss about if and else, the conditional statements. What is that? Conditional statements. Note it down. Conditional statements. Give some gap for bitwise operators. I will explain tomorrow. Conditional statements. In conditional statements, first of all, we have to write what is the conditional statements. If else, sorry, we have to write simple if, and if else, and if else, nested if. There is no need to write nested if. Write down this thing, these three. These three are there. If else, if else. That means we have to write like this. Not this. If else. There are three types. If else, like this. And nested if. That is not a mandatory thing. Write these three. Okay. First of all, what is the syntax for if and else? There is no need to write for. Sometimes we are going to use only if, but mainly we are going to focus on if else. When we go for if and else, first of all we have to know that when we are going to choose if and else. For example, you are studying, for example, 5th standard. For example, 1st standard. If you are qualified the final exams of 1st standard, then you promoted to the 2nd standard. Every student, if you promoted from the first standard to 2nd standard, then next 3rd, 4th, 5th, like that, right? Like this, the previous program also like this, right? It is going to be statement 1, it is going to be statement 2, it is going to be executed line by line. Every line is going to be executed here. Every line is going to be executed. If one statement is finished, if this line is execution is finished, then it is moving here. If it is executed, then next statement, then the last of the statement. Like that, if you are promoted from 1 standard, 2nd standard, 3rd standard, up to 10th standard, you are going in a linear fashion. You are going to be a linear fashion. For example, if you promoted from the 10th, if you promoted to the 10th, from the 10th, then what is next? Everyone is going to the 11th standard? No, not at all, right? Then some are moving into diploma. In the diploma, there are several branches are there. Then we are moving into intermediate. In intermediate, several branches are there. There is exactly there are not going to the 11th standard. They are not going to the 11th standard. They are going into. There are number of ways are there. There are number of ways. We have to choose only one. Is there any student who is doing diploma and intermediate at the same time? No, not at all. In the BTech, same student can working for CSC and EC and EEE? No, not at all. One student has to be selected one path and he has to be go for the last. If he has interest, you have to start from again and we have to choose one more path and he has to choose. That is called if and else. That means if there are number of ways, we have to choose one single path. Then we have to go for if and else. Okay. For example, what is if and what is else if and what is else? For example, there are only two cases. There are only two ways. I will explain what is if. This only if I cannot explain here when I am teaching here. I will show you when we are going to use only if. Okay, just discuss about what is if and else. Okay, what is if and else? When you go for if and else, there are only two ways. Either this way or that way. Then we go for if and else. Okay, for example, there are n number of ways. For example, 10 ways, more than two ways are there. Then we have to go for if, else, if and else. Okay, for example, I'm writing one exam here. There are only two states. I'm qualified or disqualified. I'm writing some competitive exam like this. Is I qualified or not disqualified? How many states are there here? How many states, students? Students.
Two states, sir.
Only two is there. Only two states. That means based on that mark, I am going to be qualified or disqualified. If and else, only two ways are there. Only two ways. For example, what is my grade? For example, I qualified some exam. What is your grades? Every intermediate student who got A plus grades, I know that, but there are number of grades, right, based on the percentage. A plus, B plus. There are number of grades. How many possible ways are there? More than two, right? Not only two. Every time there are number of ways are there. More than two. Then we go for if, else, if and else. Okay. I will write small example here. Very small example. Some marks, for example, some marks is there. I am going to read that marks here. For example, percent. Yes, scanf percentage D ampersand marks. I am going to write that my qualification mark, for example, is 65. 65 or more. I am going to qualify from this exam, from competitive exam. I am going to write here. But first of all, I am writing if statement, if syntax, basic syntax of if. What is that? Condition. Write it down, everyone. Statements, else statements. Note down the syntax of if and else. If condition, within the brackets, else some conditions. Some students are thinking that, sir, if one line for if and else, don't use for curly brackets. Don't use that type of scenario every time. Okay, just if it is a single line or multiple line, you have to open a bracket and close the bracket. Okay, that is a very good writing of program. Okay, don't go for sir, if it is a single line, don't write for curly brackets. What is the use of that one? You are not writing. Is there any benefit? Is there any $100 benefit is there? No, not at all. Just write the curly brackets. That is more benefit. Okay, and it is looking beautiful also. Okay, this is the basic syntax of if. If condition, some block, curly bracket represents every time it is a block. The block of statements that is belongs to the if condition. That's the if block. This is the if block. Statements of if block. This is the statements of else block. The statements of else block. Yes, what is condition here? What is condition? Every time the condition is going to be made with relational operators and logical operators, combination of relational operators and logical operators. Every time the condition, if there is any condition, we have to made with logical operations and relational operators. Okay. For example, if the condition is true, that means if the condition is true means 1. If the condition is true, okay, if the condition is true, for example, I am writing like that, a 10 is greater than 5. Is it true or not? Yes. Is it true or not? 10 is greater than 5. Yes, true. If the condition is true, that means it is going to be represented with 1. If the condition is true, then if block statements are executed. If block statements are executed. If it is false, that means it is going to be represented with 0. Yes, 10 is greater than 15, it is false, right? Then else block statements are executed. That means either if block statements are executed or else block statements are executed. Both are never executed. Only one block statements are executed at this position. Only one block, not 2 blocks. That means we are going to restrict here. Restrict the statements. If you done this one, you have to do it. Okay, if the condition is true, we have to do it. If the condition is false, we have to do it. For example, if you are applying for NITs, if application is okay, then we have to study in NIT. Else, we are going to normal college. There are 2 ways only. There is no option. At the time, we have to go for if and else. Is it clear, everyone? The basic syntax, just note it down, everyone. If condition, if statements of if block are executed, the condition is true. If the condition is false, the else block statements are executed. First of all, note down the syntax and write down on the bottom what you have to write. If the condition is true, if block statements are executed. If the condition is false, else block statements are executed. Okay. If the condition is true, if block is executed, else block is executed. Simple. Now I am going to write here the condition. What is the condition? If marks are greater than equal to 65, what I have to write? Yes, you are qualified. INTF percentage, sorry, percentage not qualified. Not qualified. Okay. Note down that program also. Note down this program also, everyone. Here, right here, like this. Just write this comments also, everyone. Qualification marks is is greater than or equal to 65. on that comment also. Qualification mark is marks is greater than or equal to 65. That's why I'm writing marks is greater than or equal to 65. Okay, then it is going to be true here. Just note down everyone. Int marks. Write down here. Look at here. I am writing this printf statement inside if block. That's why I am maintaining indentation here. Okay, indentation. That means it is going to be how it is looking. That means the print qualified is belongs to the if. If there is no indentation, that is not an error. But we have to write in indentation format every time. That else also. The else also I am writing inside that not qualified. Why I am writing? That is belong to the if block. That's why I am writing inside else. Don't write in normal fashion every time. You have to maintain the indentation when we are writing a program. Qualification marks is greater than or equal to 65. That's why I'm writing marks is greater than equal to 65. Just note it down everyone fast. I think you are done. Take a pic or else you can take a pic from this. Okay, I'm going to execute it now. Yes, it is asking some marks here. For example, I am giving 35. It is showing that not qualified. I am not qualified. Why? Because my marks are not greater than or equal to 65. For example, I am giving some 75. Yes, qualified. Either only one statement is executed, not two statements, right? Either qualified is executed or not qualified is executed, not both. Not both are executed. For example, it is 65. 65 is also executed and 65 is also qualified, right? That's why it is showing as qualified. Okay. In this way, it is going to be working here. Just write here some sample input and sample output. Sample input right here. Sample input. Sample input. For example, 34. 34 is the input. What is the sample output? Sample output is not qualified. Write down everyone. This one also. Sample output is not qualified. Okay. And sample input 2 also. Sample input 2 also. Sample input again we have to write some 75. And sample output is qualified. Sample output is qualified. I am writing here some slashes in notebook. Just don't write that slashes. Why I am writing slashes here? I am going to comment it. That's why. When you are writing on the notebook, no need. Sample input 34, not qualified. Only one block is executed, right? Only one block. This block is executed. Not this block. If this block is executed, this block is never executed. Okay, just wait. I'm going to write here. Just I'm going to click here on the Google and I'm going to create a Crank account. First of all, if you are fresher to the, if you are first time it is you are opening the HackerRank, it is asking like this. Choose the preferable language. What language you have to prefer? You have to prefer C language here. Okay? You have to. It gives some small test here. It is asking something like this. Just write here what I am writing. Just note it down. Return. I will tell you what all these things. Return A plus B and semicolon. Just note it down, everyone. Return A plus B and semicolon. Return A plus B and semicolon. Then click on run code. Okay, right here. Return A plus B semicolon. You have to write here.
Sir, you have logged in to Google, sir.
First of all, I am going into using Google. Using Google, I am going to. Why? Because my mail, my Gmail account is there, na. That's why I am going to sign up with my Gmail account. This is my new Gmail
Okay,
account.
sir.
Okay. You have to choose the language as C. You have to choose the language as C. Then it is going to be asked like this. Your first challenge, and you have to write here written A plus B, nothing else. Okay, written space. That means you have to copy here. You have to copy from here and you have to paste it here. Okay, then click on run code. Then click on run code. That's it, nothing else. That's it. It is showing some continue like that. You are a student. Which year you are passed out, I don't know. Some 2022 or 2023. Then click on some like this and proceed to dashboard. Okay. Okay. It is showing some different things like this. Just forget about all these things. I will practice you in that C programming everything, and I will share you one some form, some registration form like that, some Microsoft Teams form. I will share you. You have to fill that. Some profile link is there. What is the profile link? Just go for here. Just go for here and click on profile. Just click on profile, right? This is your HackerRank account. Okay, if you this is the link you have to forward to our maintain in our resumes and everything. hackerrank.com/Sudhir13 is my new account link. You have to copy this one and you have to paste it this HackerRank link. You have to maintain this one. If you have done any badges or anything else, it is replicated here. Okay. For example, if you've done some 5-star ranking, 5-star rating in C, it is going to be displayed here like this. Okay. You have to copy this link. You have to copy this link and you have to paste it. I am going to share that Microsoft Teams form by end of today. Everyone has to be fill that form and you have to give your HackerRank account ID. Okay. And you have to share that Gmail account also, in which you are going to create this account. You have to share that Gmail address also. Okay, what mail you are creating with this for HackerRank. And one more thing, that is called GitHub. What is that? GitHub. Type in that Google GitHub, and the first one you have to open the first one. Okay, I'm going to log out here. Yes, like this. First of all, you have to click on sign up, and you have to create. There is no username with Gmail and about all these things. You have to create username, email address, password, and everything. Here also you have to maintain the same mail address. Every time you have to create the same mail address for all the accounts. For example, if you are created with your personal Gmail account, maintain the same here also. Okay, for everything you have to maintain the same thing. Username, Gmail account, password, and you get one verification mail ID to your mail ID. If you click on that one, it will be activated. Okay, it will be send one mail to your Gmail account. Then if you click on that mail, click on that link, some link is going to be passed into your mail ID. If you click on that link, the account is going to be activated. Okay, and you have to share this link also. Don't forget. The password. Okay, I think okay. Okay, here also you have to share the link. If you click on this one and view profile, and this is my GitHub account. Okay, go for profile here, go for your profile, and copy the URL address, and this is your GitHub account. This is your HackerRank account. You have to both you have to send to me. Okay, you have to fill that in that form. Okay, that's it. Just I will share you by end of day, and you have to fill that form. Okay, I think is it clear, everyone? What is if and how it is working? I am going to give some more examples and very deep information about how if and else is going to be working. Okay, really working, how they are working, I will show you tomorrow. Okay, thank you guys. Bye. Is there any doubts? If you have any doubts, just message me in WhatsApp group or in my personal. No problem for that. Okay, if I am free, I will definitely reply to you. Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. అక్కడ అంతా అవుతుంది సార్